Montana is relatively unique around the U.S. in that we have this expansive geography with several different urban centers that are generally all roughly the same size. The interrelated commerce between those cities should only be getting stronger as the state grows in population, and this would be a tremendous way to tie those economies closer and let them leverage each other. Instead of operating in silos, the more points of connectivity we have between those centers of commerce, the stronger they're going to become together. I think in the next 20 years, as the Montana population grows and our economic outlook becomes more intertwined and more complex, less ag reliant, less tourism reliant, and we're going to have more tech, we're going to have local manufacturing. It's going to be all the more important to have more ways for our cities to interact with each other.
We have lost something that I believe is vital to our transportation portfolio in the state. I have rode upon the Empire Builder, and it's a great way to travel, but we have not been able to experience that and have that connectivity in the southern tier of Montana. So I see this as an opportunity to invest in our economy, to invest in the ability for our citizens to get around and be connected, and to invest in the environment of this state and this nation and this world. Passenger rail and rail in general is a much more environmentally sensitive way to move goods and people around, and that's at the heart of what I hope we can accomplish, is serving our citizens, addressing environmental sustainability, and enhancing our economy.
We heavily subsidize automobile travel, and we heavily subsidize plane travel. And I think if we made similar wise investments in rail, we could get back to a really, really viable transportation method. So it's not only economical for passengers, but also the economic benefits for communities on the ways would be significant, as they have been in the past. There's a reason this iconic depot is here. It was an economic driver for Gardiner, for the railroad companies, and for Livingston itself. Up on the High Line and other areas where there still is passenger rail service, they hang on to that service fiercely. And I think there's an amazing case to be made for bringing it back.
Transportation has been identified as the #1 barrier for a lot of our reservation residents. Anytime we can improve our infrastructure, we strengthen our local economy, and that is a really important priority for the Confederated, Salish, and Kootenai tribes. And as we consider COVID-19 economic recovery, any increased opportunity to provide enhanced transportation options are going to help with business expansion and development across the state.
The volume of people that have contacted me wanting to know if we can do this. And it's, as much as people think I can do everything, I can't. This thing is, it's left with the powers that be. They would need to get on board, and let's have the real system here again, because I think it can only help our economy. It can only help the people of this state. I foresee people using the train to go back home when the legislature is in session. I foresee them using the train to go back home on the weekends, because traveling through the state is less hectic. And when they're here, it's most during winter months and all of that. Nobody wants to travel during the winter months.
Really need to be poised in the state of Montana to receive federal investment when it happens. I truly believe it's not a matter of if, but when, and we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can to be able to receive federal funds when they're allocated to passenger rail. We want to be in line enthusiastically with our hands up, saying that we're ready. The state of Montana finds value in passenger rail. So it's really important that supporters let their support be known. It's important that they contact their local elected officials, their state legislators, as well as their federal delegation. Make it known that they support the restoration of passenger rail, that they see value in it, that they're willing to make investments to pay for it, and that they think it would be a benefit to our community.